Generic greetings and welcome to Dead Oil. Today's beverage is a very potent, botanically brewed cloudy lemonade. So welcome to the demo of Dead Oil. This is a game where you will be extracting liquid dinosaur in your war rig, very much Mad Max style, and facing off against wave after wave of opponents. We're going to call them raiders for the lack of a better term. Either way, it's a game that combines different elements from other contemporaries, which we'll probably touch on later on during the video. Either way, let's just go to new game and I'll show you a little bit of it. You've got two modes in this demo, classic and survival, and three difficulties ranging from easy to hard, and you can turn on or off the tutorial, which obviously I'm not going to bother with. Classic mode, normal difficulty, everything as standard. So we click start and we begin in our war rig. Top left shows the health of the rig and as well as our resources, 3 in total. It's scrap, oil and ore, and what you can do is harvest the corpses of these, let's say I'm going to call them raiders. So there's these buggies here and they explode when you shoot them. We do have a gun on the front of the rig. You can alter the pitch of the gun. I often mess them up. Anyway, what we've got now is a different game mode where we have basically our sort of mining machine here, and I'm going to sort of dig around and place some sort of radar scanners, and that's going to try and unearth different things. So we've got some oil there, so I'm going to pick up our pipe and I'm going to say place it there, and what happens is that drills down and then we'll start getting the oil. I'm going to go with another one there. It uses scrap every time we do this, but that's not a big issue. Top right shows us the time until the next wave. Oh, it looks like we found some more, so I'm going to bring this down to say here, and so this is, I believe it's an artifact, so I'm going to place some dynamite and blow that up, and then we'll pick this up and then we'll bring it up to the surface here and put that in there, and then we get a choice. So select a relic. It says the Masochist's Delight. A firing bullets hurt you, but repairing your truck is 3 times more effective. Or Rusty Cannon. You absorb 40% of damage, but your bullets fire slower. I will go with that one. Let me pick up also another bit of pipe. You can only sort of spur off a couple of times before you have to change up. Let me just start digging up there. So you're probably looking at this one, you know, if you've played Similarities, you're probably thinking it's a very sort of, is this sort of like turmoil type of thing? And yeah, I think that's not an unfair comparison. In fact, the vibe, and I do stress the vibe rather than, you know, going for direct comparisons, is basically Domekeeper and Turmoil in this sort of mode here. Then you're actually in the fighting as well, because you obviously have a cannon in in the form of there. Let me go for dynamite, and then I'm going to pick this one up. I do have the ability to place a wall like that, and it will go ahead and apparently not grab that. There we are. Yeah, that's going to grab the resources and bring them back. And we also have a shop as well. So let's have a quick look in the shop, and we can go with repairing, we can go with additional health, we can go with, I'm going to go with a laser sight, and that costs oil. I'm going to go with armor, and going to go with I'm probably going to go with maybe I think we're going to go with Pipe Branch 1, and that's going to give us more options there. The rest we've pretty much ran out of. So I'm going to come out of that one, and we're going to go over to fight, and then we'll get back in the rig. So yes, apologies in advance, because I'm pressing, I always press A and D to go left and right, but that actually controls the gun, and it's W and S to move. So one of the things about the laser is actually it goes red if you are over an opponent, so that's actually pretty useful. There we go. So firing away here. These getting a little bit close, and now they've done a bit of damage to us. Let me just see if I can harvest the scrap off the enemy there, and I think that's that wave done. So we're now coming to a full stop. So I'm going to take another pipe branch, and I'm going to place it here because there is some more there. You see we've got some parallax going on, so we can sort of skirt around like this and find some more stuff. So I'm going to go with scan there, scan there, scan there, maybe come back up, scan there, and then I'll sort of come back to it. Where we've had our scanner radar previously, we have a little target there to indicate where it was, so that's all good. This is going to go in here. I'm probably going to have to bring another one down sooner rather than later. Actually, no, we can come off from there and then go to here, so that is fine. There is multiples in this one, so I'm going to bring it back over to there and maybe go down. There is a depth limit, but I probably won't reach it soon because we need to increase the speed of the miner. And oh, there we go, there's a something we can pick up. Let me just go ahead and do that. And will the mole grab it? Yes, the mole's grabbing that. That's all fine. We only got a quarter left in terms of time. Let me go ahead and place that in here, and that's going to continue on. Do I have any more time to do this bottom one? I think I might just manage it. That's another big deposit. I don't really know what to say for oil. I always got to say, oh, I'm mining it. No, we're not mining it. We're not refining it. We are extracting it. Anyway, wave 3 is, I was going to say fast approaching, but it's not approaching. It is actually here. Let's see if we get any other opponents. Let me just bring this down. So we've got the melee one here. I call it melee. It's the one with the it's the one with the sort of big saw on it. This one's like a bomb deploying one, and I say a bomb, it's more like a sea mine than anything else. Anyway, let's just see if I can take these out. There's also, I've seen a couple of other types of opponents. You've got like a helicopter, as well as, it's like a, I'm going to call it a Katushka. It's like a rocket launch system on the sort of back of a truck. Anyway, let's see if I can bring one of these down. And I know there's one there, so I can probably place that in. And I've already scanned there. There's some ore, so I'm going to use a mole because I don't want to be heading back over. Let me go ahead and do some scanning, and here, and here. And yeah, I'm actually going to have to go back up to the top, which is a bit of a shame, to bring down a new leg. So one's already coming down. I'll take this other one. That might help us out. I'm going to place it there, but then I think I'm going to do one from, I actually don't need to bring one from scratch because one is there. So we'll head down, and we've got one there, so that's fine. And probably go ahead and take the other remaining one here, and then bring it down. One's already going to the one I've just passed, and then place it in there. Okay, heading back, and I think that should do us for now. Yeah, that's all good. I don't need to I'm going to pre-lay another piece of pipe over to the left. Hopefully we've actually found another one after our scanning, and it doesn't appear to be so. That's a shame. Okay, so we'll scan there, scan there, scan there. I'm going to drop it down regardless. Oh, there's one there. Perfect. So we'll drop that. 22 scrap in order to place that. You can see on the top left we've got 855 scrap, 319 oil, and 4 ore. And I really wanted to buy something. Is the shop still here? It is. And time does pause when we get onto this one, so that's good. Going to go with additional armor. Going to go with additional bullet damage and maybe additional driller speed. Yeah, that's fine. So over to fight, and let's see what we have to do now. The colour palette of the game itself is sort of random. You can change it in the settings. It's obviously got this. I'm going to call it, I don't know if it is a technical term, like sort of shell shaded type of look. I'm not a fan of that art style. But that's not a knock against the game. That's all personal preference, you understand. Let me just grab these. So you can see that mine has rolled out the back of that vehicle. So that's going to cause us a little bit of bother if we were to drive into it. What is a nice touch is that the amount of weapons is actually physically reflected on the vehicle itself, so it only has 3 mines. Once it's dropped 3, it drives off like you've seen there, and that's us pretty much done on wave 4 there. Okay, I'm going to see if I can find some more artifacts in this one. I'm actually going to go back up and wait for the shop, so we'll get on that one. I'm going to repair, and that should do us for now. What's a little bit jarring is that we tend to come back to our same position. Like we're on the road, but then when we stop, we sort of still got the same like sort of drilling setup, which is, yeah, interesting. Anyway, that's going to drop off there. This one is going to drop off there. You can see we haven't scanned around here, but we just managed to find it because of just the sort of nature of sending the drill in different places. Let me go ahead and say for that one, come to here. I'm going to put a bomb there, and I'm going to set myself a oh, there's another artifact. I'm going to set myself a mine there, a mole should I say, and we're going to get the artifact, and once you've picked up the artifact, I don't think you can drop it. No, you can drop it, that's fine. That's really good, so that can go there. This one can go all the way over there, and I think by the time we grab the other artifact, we should be alright. I'm just going to do some scanning just around here preemptively just before we head back, and there we go. Okay, There's already a fairly expansive network of pipes. Let's just see, we'll drop that off. So select a relic. We have a gambit. At the end of each wave, get a surprise random resource. Or scrapaholic. Enemies drop double scrap metal, but your oil drains 30% slower. I'm going to go with Gambit, I think, and we're going to go with Fight, and let's see then. So, what sort of opponents are we going to meet this time? Looks like we've got the fairly standard sort of saw buggy, and sounds quite painful actually. And let's see, we'll collect that, and we do have, there's the helicopter that I mentioned, which is actually really, really tough. What I'm doing is I'm actually looking at the ground rather than where it is, because underneath it, oh, there's a bomb. I'll get out of the way of that one. Rocket that's coming off it. Yeah, it's actually easier to look at the shadow of the rotors rather than trying to figure out exactly where the helicopter is. At least that's my takeaway from it. Anyway, so we have now come to here. I'm going to preemptively bring another bit of pipe along, even though we've already got one further along there. Okay, I was actually past a couple. So I'm just going to say, well, I've found something over here. I can't see it. There's something there, so I'm going to drop that off. And for this one, there is some ore there, so we'll blow that up, and then we'll set our mole doing its thing. We'll drop that there, and then we're going to scan around here, see what we can find. You can see we've reached the edge of the map. Going to go back, see if I can find another section. There's a section, there we go, and expand this down to there, and going to do a similar thing for this one, so bring it over there. I'm sure there's a lot more tactics to be utilised. Oh, hang on, is that one? I think there's one right there, but if it is, it's so small that it's probably not worth the hassle. That one is worth the hassle, though. Yes, anyway, let's go back, and I'm going to get some upgrades. Most likely, it's going to be another pipe connection. That would be helpful. I have a feeling as well, I've sort of ignored the right-hand side of the map. I don't know why. Oh, there we go. We can get armor, or we can get bullet damage, or fire rate. Let's go with fire rate, and we'll go with drain rate or building speed. I'm actually going to go with driller speed. You've also got things like radar speed, radar size, dynamite size, everything else. Yeah, we don't really need any of that one for now. Well, I would like to, but well, I can't. I'm out of oil. You can see it is currently going up with this sort of pump jack on the back here. But anyway, over to fight. We will lower the drill, set ourselves in the middle, so default positioning, and just taking a look on the left there. So we've got a buggy to deal with. There we go, there's that one gone, and there's one on the other side, but I'm waiting until I can get that. So let's see. So we've got a couple of targets now. We've got the double buggy as well as the mine layer. Let me just go ahead and go that size. I don't know if you can shoot the mine actually. I have a feeling that you can't, but anyway, let's just see if I can take this one out. It's already sent its way. Oh yeah, it looks like you can shoot it. Yeah, that's good. That's good to know. Looks like it's already went to the back there. There's how many rows is there in total? There is 1, 2, 3, 5 in total. Taking a bit of damage here, which is not great. But yeah, let's see if we can take this guy out. Yeah, that's all fine. And looks like I missed the scrap for that one there, but I think we're going to stop there. And oh, I've got loads of oil. That's it's been extracting as we were driving around. So let's just pick up. What do we want to pick up? It would be pipe size. I'm going to go with scan radius, as well as maybe very much like branch pipes too. I'm going to go with pipe building speed. Speaking of building speed, whoa, okay, we're actually faster than the camera. Let's drop that in there, and we've got another couple around here. So I'm going to zip down. I'm sure there's one there. Do I take a gamble? I'm going to take a gamble. That one can go there. Another one can go there. You can see we've passed loads as we were exploring. Yeah, you can see all around here. I've not really found anything, which is a bit of a shame. There's one there. Okay, do I have one more left? I do have one more left, but I've already sort of passed this one, so I'm going to drop that there. Going to go down, and feels like we should probably have a scan around here. So just dropping these in quick succession, as you can see. And oh, looks like we've got a piece of ore. So I've set the mole to pick that up and help us out. So that's good. There's another one. So I'm going to go with double explosion, triple explosion. Didn't mean to do that. It appears that the mole can take a dynamite hit, so, you know, good for them. And there's another relic. I keep calling them artifacts, but I guess it's sort of interchangeable. I can see the ore flying right up, which is all good. Let me just see if I can get back in time before getting absolutely destroyed. Branch and Conquer adds one more additional drill branch or boomstick. Dynamite blasts cause double, but also cost double. I'm going to go with additional branches because that feels like the most useful. Okay, so another bomb truck. Double bomb truck, in fact, and it is triple bomb truck. Okay, that's fine. So I'm just going to get away from that one. If I was to steer in, I would take some damage. So naturally, I don't want to do that. That's triple, quadruple bomb truck now. Actually, all right. Well, I'm just gonna sit here and just shoot away, and it's sort of easy mode at this stage. Let's see if I can take out this one. And looks like the mole has dropped off some resources. Let me go ahead and veer off to this side. There's another one of the bombs, and looks like that's all taken out and harvested. There we go, back to the center, even though the game will automatically center you anyway. And let's see about doing maybe an upgrade of some kind. Go to shop, and let's see, what do I want? What do I want? Truck speed. I don't know why you'd need truck speed. I think it's just once the enemies are taken out. I don't really know. Maybe additional branches, even though we've got an additional one there, and you know that should probably do us. I think we're quick enough. So we're gonna zip down here. You can see there's loads of additional branches now as we are continuing on. And there's something over here, so I'm going to take this one and drop it there. I'm going to come back over to around about here and pick this one up and expand down to that one. I think it is. Yeah, let's see. Let's do some scanning. So scan, scan, scan. Nothing around here. Scan. Feels like I'm reaching the bottom of the place here. Oh, looks like we've got another pick up there. Okay, so there's nothing much on the left. Oh, there's one I've just passed actually, so I can pick this up and I can drop it. Where was it? It was there. Okay, we'll drop it off, and there's one over here as well. I might be able to connect off this one and then drop it in there. Okay, that's fine. Let's just head back. I don't know what the sort of end game of the game is. I don't know if it just keep wave after wave after wave, but we'll get to wave 10 before we sort of call it, I think, assuming we don't die in the meantime. Wave 7 here, and wave 8, there we go. Okay, so on the truck, and let's see, looking on the left, see if there's any opponents. And we've got a couple of these melee buggies, saw buggies, 2 in fact. So I'll take out 1 and then 2, and then we've got we got a couple of things. So we've got 2 helicopters, which is firing bombs at us. I can get out the way. Can I destroy that in the meantime? I can. Let's just go ahead and get away from that one. See, these are all in the same area. So I'm hitting them, and ow, that was a direct hit. The problem now is that you can see that I'm having to dodge the mines as well as the rockets, but yes, feels like that's about to explode, which it has promptly. And then finally the last one, which is also gone, and we will sadly miss that one. Bit of repairing to be done, certainly, so I will do that now. So we'll go to shop, and I'm going to go repair, repair. I'm also going to pick up the armor, and I'm going to go with extra damage. No, I'm not, because it's 300, so I'm going to have to save that. Let me pick up another bit of pipe and head down, and I'll set this going. I'll set that going there, in fact. And let's see, we'll preemptively, let's say, pick up different legs of pipe work and drop them off where I need to. Anything around here? Yeah, lots of things around here, actually. So scanning. Feels like near the bottom of the map, you can see it's changing colour. Actually, it goes down a little further than I thought. But we're sort of there. Let me just do this and head back. So there is some pipe coming to there. On the left, that is fully used up. Pipe coming down now, which is fine. Double checking here. Yeah, this is a good one. This is a good one to bring down to... Where to bring it down? That's almost seems not much of a point dropping off there, but it is what it is. I will do that. This one, a similar thing. You can go. You can see I can easily cross the streams. That's not a problem. And then there's 2 more remaining for this branch, and this is going to go in there. Okay, let's head back. This is a bit more frantic than I would otherwise have liked, but no matter. I think if the shop's still here, what I'll do is I'll quickly pop into the shop. I'm going to pick up probably bullet damage 2 and go over to fighting. Let me just lower the gun here, and let's see if that does anything different. Yeah, that's well, it doesn't do things differently, it just does it a bit faster. Okay, so here's the rocket launch system that's coming in. The problem with that is that it's got this guard on the front. I don't know if you can see it, and you can't cause any damage unless the guard is up. What I'm going to do is steer away from where the rockets are going. So there go the rockets, and multi-launch rocket system there, and I'm just going to start hitting the vehicle, which for something that is basically just a bit of a truck, it can take a lot of damage. You can see my shots are just bouncing off that gun shield on the front, but I'm about to take this out, and there it goes, and we'll collect all of that one. And careful now, slow down. Right, there we are. I'm going to again preemptively pick up another section of pipe. It costs me some amount of scrap to do, but you know, it's fine. There's already ones there that we haven't really utilised. That one can go there, I think. I'm going to go back up because there's another section of, I think it was 4 in fact. Okay, and let's head to the bottom left. I've got a couple of scans there, a couple of scans here, some around here, so there's one there. There's a couple down here, but it is just going back and forward and trying to connect all these up. It's going to be wave 9 or wave 10, I'm not too sure. Let's just bring this one down, and halfway on the wave, and then I'll put that there. Okay, have a little scan around on the right here. These are persistent, so I don't mind just dropping them and then heading back. Obviously there's loads that we haven't done anything with, but we're at the bottom of the map now. Yeah, so I think it's basically end of our extraction. But I'm going to head back, and how much have I got? 179 oil. Okay, that's more than enough for some sort of upgrade. Do I need to repair? No, I don't. Do I need to get additional health? No, I don't. Extra bullet speed would be nice, but we don't have the power for that one. Drain rate? Don't really need that either. I like speed. Speed would be nice for the driller speed, but that's 200 and I can't afford that, and that's at the end of the bottom there. Okay, let's just head over to fight then. And it is wave 10. Okay, so let's see what sort of opponents we're going to meet on this one. Just looking on the left, seeing loads of wrecked oil tankers in the background there. Oh, there we go. So we got another one of these mine laying trucks. Not anymore though, it's gone. Pick up the scrap. No, I actually just missed it, which is a bit of a shame. That's dropped off already, but that's going to go boom. Yeah, so they're actually in the same lane there. Don't know if you can see. Let's pick that one up. And pick that up, pick that up. Managed to just get in there. Here's that rocket system. So I'm going to try and hit it early. Because the mine layer's on the other side and I'm going to have to get out of the way of that. There we go, it's launching. And I don't know if you take any damage from the splash. I'm not too sure. Anyway, let's just take this one out. It's went in the far back lane there. So this should be another fairly easy one. And boom, there it goes. Okay, and we'll pull up. And we will probably leave it there, I think. I mean, obviously we could continue on. I don't know if there's any sort of end game bosses or anything like that. I've put over an hour of playing it, but I haven't seen one. Mind the first couple of times I played was let's just call it an unsuccessful attempt. It was very unsuccessful, but yeah, okay. It's a bit of dead oil and a bit of liquid dinosaur extraction. We've got more to do over there, but yeah, as I said, I think we're going to go to the main menu there. So that's been a bit of the game and a bit of the demo. Interesting concept, like I say, combines numerous elements. I think, you know, people could rightly so compare it to things like Turmoil in, you know, as part of the mechanics. And then obviously mixes in this sort of basic fighting raidery sort of system. But yeah, I guess the full game obviously will have more opponents, it'll have different types of upgrades, and maybe even different terrains. Either way, I hope you have enjoyed the video, and as always, there'll be a link in the description for the demo if you want to try it out. Let me know what you think in the comments, and as always, we'll go from there. Thanks very much for watching, take care, and generic partings.